Good morning, ladies. I hope you are all having a good start to your day. This week, I really want to focus on moving past my plateau. I feel like I have been at the same place for a while and needing to switch some things up. But first, I want to kind of talk to you guys about what a plateau is. I know some of you may be feeling the same way. Some of you who maybe have just started, maybe you did really good the first couple weeks and then all of a sudden your body's kind of slowed down. That doesn't necessarily mean that you've hit a plateau. A plateau is completely different. If you are still making any kind of progress at all, whether it's inches, whether your clothes fit better, you can see a difference in your pictures of your face. If you are seeing little changes, I promise they are adding up to big changes, and that's not a plateau. A plateau is completely different if you are not still building strength, if you find yourself feeling the same or not being able to move up in weights, or your endurance is not better. You have not seen pictures changing, nothing is changing, your scale is not changing. That is if it's been a significant amount of time, like a few weeks, not just one or two, but like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and it's still just no change whatsoever. You need to kind of reevaluate where you're at. And I really had to give myself a gut check yesterday when I printed this stuff off. These are the top tips for making sure you break through a plateau. And honestly, these are all things that we should already be doing. It's all part of the program already, but they're things that you can kind of rein in. And like I said, you might need to give yourself a gut check. So I'm just going to go over these things. And if anybody wants to do this, it's a week-long plateau sheet. It's a tracker sheet, so you can kind of see what things work for you and what things don't, and just see what works best for you to get past that plateau. But the first thing is cutting out treats for 3 weeks. With this plan, you're able to have 2 to 3 swaps a week, meaning you can save a yellow container and have a treat that's off the Fix8 plan. So if it's a Fix8 donut, that seems like a treat, but that's on plan, so that's not considered a swap. A swap is if you decide, okay, I'm gonna have a regular bag of potato chips today, and that's gonna be my yellow swap. Or you decide, okay, I'm gonna save this yellow and I'm gonna have a glass of wine. Those are swaps. Those are things that are outside of the plan. They're not on the food list. They're not on Fix8. So you're normally allowed 2 to 3 of those a week, and still be making progress. But if you're not seeing progress, that's the first thing you need to do, is just look at that and say, okay, I'm going to cut out my treats for a couple weeks. And we're going to go week by week. She says 3 weeks, but let's just do week by week, and see how that does. Number 2, cut out your alcohol. So take out your alcohol for the week. See how you feel. I promise you, alcohol is a huge one. The sugar is going to hold you back with your results. The next one is eat from the top 1/3 of the food list. So look at your food list. If you've been eating tortillas all the time and you're not seeing progress, it's probably time to look at some of the foods like sweet potatoes and quinoa, brown rice, and maybe switch to those carbs. So look at your food list, pick from the 1/3 of the top of it, and then changing up your food. If you eat green beans and that's the only vegetable that you will eat, or you're only eating apples, you've got to switch up your food. You need different phytonutrients in your diet, and switching up your foods weekly. A lot of times what I do is when I go to the store, I pick out 2 to 3 vegetables that I want for that week, and then the next week I don't buy those again. I buy something completely different. That way I'm always switching it up. So I know for me that's not necessarily an issue, but I'm still going to try some new stuff this week and see what happens. Number 5, drink half your body weight in water, in ounces. Half your body weight in ounces water. I can't talk today, I'm backwards. But you need to be drinking at least that much water every single day. That is going to help flush the toxins. If you're not getting your water in, you're not able to flush those toxins out, and that might be holding you back. I always like to have like a big water bottle with me everywhere I go, and I just keep refilling it. But there's days that maybe I forget my water bottle, or I'm just busy and I forget. So just being aware of that this week and making sure you're checking that off your list every single day. Yes, I've got my water in. And like I said, these things are things we should be doing every day, but sometimes we need a gut check to say, okay, I haven't been doing that. Number 6, push harder in your workouts. You know how they always do like the 3, 2, 1 countdown when you're almost done with a move? If you find yourself stopping at 3, totally guilty, you're like, okay, I'm good, I'm done. Keep pushing. Push all the way to the very end. Maybe you need to up your weights. Maybe you've been with the same, 5 to 8 pounds for all your moves. Maybe you need to go up on your weights and try something different. But make sure you're pushing harder in your workouts. That's going to help you get past that plateau as well. Number 7, okay, if you're doing 21-day fix and you've been doing it for months and months and months and you're not seeing progress, it's time to switch up your routine. Maybe you're in a program that you're just not finished with, but you're stalling and you're not seeing progress. Just try a different workout that day. Switch up your routine. Try something new. And then the 8th one is change the time of day that you do your workout. If you work out early in the morning every single day, just confuse your body and try a different time instead. So like this week, I'm going to try to do some workouts with some of you other ladies who do different times. So if you do a workout at 10, I might jump on and do a workout at 10 with you instead of doing only morning workouts, just because I need to just really confuse my body, shock my system. And I'm going to check that off every day and try different things and see which works for me. Make sure you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep. If you're not and you're getting up early to work out and you haven't gotten that rest the night before, more than likely you're not going to push in your workouts. You're not going to push harder. Your body's going to be too fatigued. You're not going to be able to go up in weights. You're going to be craving more crap, because when you don't have adequate amount of sleep, that's your body's response, is to find a natural energy source. And if you don't have that energy, it's going to start craving it. It's going to start, and that's usually sugar. That's when when we get tired and we need energy, we crave sugar. And so that's that automatic response that your body has. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. Go to bed a little bit earlier. If you didn't sleep well at night, if you can sleep in a little bit, give your body the rest that it needs. And then the last one, practice self-care. And a lot of us know like Epsom salt baths and foam rolling and all of those things. Those are all wonderful and we should be doing that weekly. But the other thing we should be doing is giving ourselves little breaks. When you find yourself stressed, your body is producing cortisol, and that's going to make belly fat. And so when you find yourself in a stressful situation, if you can just give yourself a 5-minute breather to step away, take a deep breath, go grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, relax for just a second, maybe have some prayer time, a little bit of meditation, even if it's only for 1 to 5 minutes, you'll be amazed that if you just stop and say, okay, I'm going to take some rest, you're going to automatically feel better. It's going to help that response system in your body so that you're not triggering that cortisol. You're giving yourself that little breather. So just think of those things too, not just the Epsom salt bath and the massages. Those are all wonderful, like I said, and we should do those things weekly, but also just kind of think about how you are doing in the day, and when you find yourself in those stressful moments, what are some things that you can do to pull yourself out of it. So those are the best practices. There is a worksheet if you want to do this with me and track it this week. I can send it to you. Just let me know. Drop your email below and I will send it to you. Every day of the week, we're going to check off all of these 10 responses. We're going to say, okay, and then at the end of the week, you can say, the more boxes you have checked off, I bet the more progress you have. So, if you want to do it with me, let's do it, girl.